Good morning, Bernard.
Good morning, Dr. Priscilla. I'm
It
ready
is
to read the new article.
okay, just a few days and I'll be on vacation and I'm so excited, but I'm glad that you're here today. Okay, could you read for me?
Okay. Child-sized parrot once lived in New Zealand, the 9th of August 2019. Scientists have found fossils that once belonged to a giant parrot.
Giant, giant.
To a giant parrot. They say the fossilized bones are from the biggest parrot that ever lived.
Lived.
ever lived, that ever lived.
Mhm.
It was probably as tall as a 3-year-old child and weighed around 8 kilograms. The researchers found the fossils in New Zealand. They have called the new parrots Hercules after
Her-
a strong man,
Hercules.
Hercules. The new parrot Hercules after a strong man of ancient Greek mythology. The scientists studied the fossilized leg bones they found and said Hercules was around a meter tall. This means Hercules is twice the size of all other known parrots. The largest parrot scientists know is the kakapo, a flightless bird that also lives in New Zealand. The kakapo is one of the critical endangered species list.
Endangered.
Endangered
En-
species list.
Endangered. Okay.
New Zealand is famous for its flightless birds. The kiwi is a symbol of the country. Scientists say theirs are vulnerable.
These. Say these.
Scientists say these are vulnerable. This means they could become endangered if their environment stays the same. Another famous New Zealand bird is the 3.6 meters tall moa. These flightless birds were the biggest birds that ever lived. They were overhunted to extinction
Hunted.
early,
Overhunted.
they were overhunted to extinction early in the 15th century. Hercules lived about 90 million years ago. Researchers said it probably ate nuts, fruit, and seeds, and perhaps even other parrots.
Okay. And your EDs are not being pronounced today, Bernard. Lived. Lived.
Lived. Hercules lived.
Mhm.
And perhaps probably he ate even other parrots. Researchers said New Zealand is well known for its giant birds.
Giant. Giant.
Giant for its giant birds.
Mhm.
Until now, no one has ever found an extinct giant parrot
Giant.
anywhere.
Giant.
Giant parrots anywhere. There are many more unexpected species yet to be discovered. Okay.
All right. So what I'll do now is read the same. Child-sized parrot once lived in New Zealand. Scientists have found fossils that once belonged to a giant parrot. They say the fossilized bones are from the biggest parrot that ever lived. It was probably as tall as a 3-year-old child and weighed around 8 kilograms. The researchers found the fossils in New Zealand. They have called the new parrot Hercules, after a strong man of ancient Greek mythology. The scientists studied the fossilized leg bones they found and said Hercules was around a meter tall. This means Hercules is twice the size of all other known parrots. The largest parrot scientists know of is the cockapoo, a flightless bird that also lives in New Zealand. The cockapoo is on the critically endangered species list. New Zealand is famous for its flightless birds. The kiwi is a symbol of the country. Scientists say these are vulnerable. This means they could become endangered if their environment stays the same. Another famous New Zealand bird is a 3.6-meter tall moa. These flightless birds were the biggest birds that ever lived. They were overhunted to extinction early in the 15th century. Hercules lived about 19 million years ago. A researcher said it probably ate nuts, fruit, and seeds, and perhaps even other parrots. A researcher said New Zealand is well known for its giant birds. Until now, no one has ever found an extinct giant parrot anywhere. There are many more unexpected species yet to be discovered. Okay. Any questions about the article?
No, I understand the article very well.
Okay. Let's match up the vocabulary words and then talk a minute about the article itself using the words. Giant is
Giant is a huge.
awesome.
Probably is likely. Ancient, long ago, of long ago. Size, 8. Endangered, threatened.
Endangered.
Endangered, threatened.
Mhm. Threatened.
Threat-
Threatened.
Endangered, threatened.
Good.
Symbol, sign. Famous, well known. Extinction, destruction. Unexpected, surprising. Discovered, found.
Discovered.
Discovered, found. Endangered, discovered,
Found.
found.
Okay, good. Any questions about the vocabulary?
No, perfect.
All right, try to tell me about the article using the using these words. Any of them, at least 3 of them.
In recent days, the scientists in New Zealand discovered a giant, a
Giant,
giant, a
giant, giant, giant.
a giant of fossil birds, who probably is the most ancient bird in New Zealand. His size is about the size of a child of 3 years old, and he was completely destroyed by overhunting in the 15th centuries. So it is like other species today, endangered by hunting and climate change. And this bird was a symbol in New Zealand of the bird who can fly, a flightless bird, that the flightless bird like a kiwi. In fact, today the symbol of New Zealand is the kiwi. This bird, this giant parrot, was famous by his height, by his size, and its extinction arrived in the 15th centuries. Its extinction arrived in the 15th century, and it's unexpected that this kind of bird could live today.
Okay, very good. So now that was very good, and you used all of the words. So let's talk about something for just a minute or two. Still trying to use some of these words. We've got 10 words that we're going to look at now as we talk about the probability of us retaining what we've learned and being able to use it to symbolize our understanding of the article about the extinction of this giant parrot. All right. You can talk about anything else. We're just trying to use the words now.
Okay. Um, in, 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 in our life today, scientists are often interested in ancient life in the earth. And sometimes they discover fossil that that was part of the species in extinction, like flightless birds who unexpected, which were discovered but unexpected, unexpected to found to find because the site was so big that it, the scientists couldn't imagine that. Uh,
Okay. So these these large-sized birds, would you consider them to be famous? And are there any famous birds in your country that are endangered?
or in our country, like all the countries in the world, the birds are in danger because the pesticides kills them quickly. And when I'm going in the countryside, I'm sometimes surprised that we couldn't see birds like in the past, particularly the small bird, black and white, who is called, I don't know, in French it's called hirondelle. It was a small bird that was very famous when I was a child. They used to rest on the wires, the electric wires in the streets, and
Wires,
wires on the street,
wires.
wires in the street,
Mhm.
and they used to put their nest below the roof or below the roof of the buildings, below the roof of the houses.
Mhm.
This kind of bird was very famous. I suppose you will have this. You have the same in the USA,
Yes.
and today it has nearly completely disappeared.
Mhm.
And it's a symbol that the climate change and the pesticide are great dangers for the species.
Mhm. Okay. Very good. We've used all the words once to just describe the article. Again, using the words as we talked about the article and added some improvised other information. All right. Any questions about today's lesson, Bernard?
No, it was good.
Okay. Yeah, this is an easy.
It was better than the day, the previous. It was
Yeah.
better.
I can't remember what it was about, but yeah, remember you said last lesson was a little difficult. All right, I will stop the recording now.